for you guys in terms of what we will be reacting to next. So for the next half hour or so, I'm going to be here. I'm not going to wait for anyone to come in this live stream, just in case no one does. That would be embarrassing. But if you fancy coming in for the next half hour, we have got the live chat obviously open, and you can feel free to drop your comments in there. Please keep them civil and clean. So just to let you know, as you can tell from our headline, in terms of what we will be reacting to next. Now, we put a poll out 4-5 days ago, I think it was the start of the week, and asking you guys, like we always do, what we should be reacting to next. So we gave it a lot of time. I'd just like to thank the 1,200 people that voted, and I can now confirm that the results are in and the polls are closed. So coming in, our first option was Azure. Now a lot of people have recommended this to us for, I think, probably the past 6 to 8 months, and it's something that we do want to cover at some point. Very excited about this web series now. 32% of you guys voted for that, and I think it's fair to say that, you know, anyone that follows the channel knows that we've done a lot of drama and thrillers over the past year or so, and Azure is definitely on our radar. Unfortunately, we don't have it on any of our streaming systems here, so John has found a way. It might take a bit of time to access it, but we obviously want to keep things right here in what we're doing at this channel to keep it going, especially since we are reaching, I think, the 20,000 subscriber, hopefully in the next couple of weeks or so. So we are looking into trying to do Azure at some point, and we will, because that's our kind of genre, that's what we like the most. And so we appreciate 32% of you guys obviously voting for that. At 3%, class. Now this is available to us on, I think, Netflix. I think it's Netflix, and we will be doing that at some point as well. We know only 3% of you voted for this, but this is more of an indulgence for John and I to watch, and it might be that we put this one out once a week or something like that. We don't want to, you know, take up the whole week and doing something that only 3% of you guys voted for, but it's certainly one that we really want to check out anyway. We know it's a remake. Pictures coming in at 18%. I think this is part of the TVF guys, isn't it? And I think it's another one we've got on our list to do. And Kota Factory coming in at 38%. That's the highest, 38% for Kota Factory, and I can confirm that's what we will be doing in the next few days. We're going to try and wrap up doing the first season. We know it's only 5 episodes, so it won't take long to complete that. For, I think, maybe Saturday or Sunday we'll have that ready to be edited, and we'll start putting those videos out from Monday onwards. Now we normally put them out roughly about 12 o'clock, half 12 here in the UK, which I think is about 5, half 5, 6 o'clock Indian Standard Time. So it's a good sort of time to put it out for our UK audience and of course our Indian audience. So it will be Kota Factory that we will be doing next week. Gulak, I think, was the other one. I think, is that a TVF as well? I'm not sure. That got 9% as well. But what we do with these polls is we don't just discard them and forget about them. As you can see, Azure came back because it wasn't a previous poll, and we will get there. Now we were hoping, now we've been reading the articles online, and we've been keeping our eyes on the likes of Panchayat, The Family Man and Mirzapur mostly, to see when those season 3s are dropping. And for weeks, I think it was actually before we started recording season 2 of Panchayat, a lot of articles were saying that it could be, should be coming out at the end of April. That's not going to happen. You're only talking 9 days left of this month, and we've not even had a trailer or a behind the scenes or anything like that. And we know from previous, they always put a trailer out or behind the scenes thing before it was released, premiered on Amazon Prime Video. So there's no pattern there to suggest that that will be coming out at the end of the month, unfortunately. But you know, I think I can speak for John here. Both of us loved this web series, and it was something quite refreshing, you know, to react to, because, as I said, we'd been doing a lot of drama, thriller, heavy crime stuff for the past year, so it was a nice, welcome relief to do something a little bit more light and a little bit more comedic as well. And we both loved the characters in this web series, and we were in a good position to watch both seasons 1 and season 2 back to back, which was great. And there is a sort of void now, you know, since we wrapped up, obviously, our reacting for that season 2 finale, which was incredible. It really was incredible, and I know you guys pre-warned us, you know, to get the tissues ready for it, and it was a very hard watch in the very end. But it shows the writing style, it shows the confidence in the writers, that they can change a sort of light and happy moment, and one phone call changes all that and changes the lives of one of the characters forever as well. And it was just phenomenal the way it was set up, phenomenal the way it was executed. And after we stopped filming, you know, we couldn't stop thinking about it. You know, we couldn't stop thinking about the Prahlad character and what this is going to mean to him going into season 3. His demeanour is going to be so different in season 3. We know that it's going to be such a different character, we feel, and it's going to be interesting as well. You know, obviously Abhishek, this transfer that's looming over him now, thanks to that politician. It's a nice cliffhanger, and we really do hope that you know, that they can keep that consistency going into season 3. I'm pretty confident they will. Yeah, TVF, the viral fever. So, I mean, they've been saying it's coming out, you know, ready to launch in April 2023. I doubt that very much. I think it might be the end of the year before we see that. I hope we're wrong, but I think it might be the end of the year. In terms of, out of the 3 that I mentioned, out of Mirzapur, The Family Man, and Panchayat, I think we'll see Mirzapur first. Again, that's saying it should be streaming before the end of 2023. That's coming from, I think, tmkasam.org, and I think they're just covering their all bases by saying by the end of 2023. We know it's going to come out this year at some point, but I doubt it will be the end of 2023. I think perhaps maybe going into early summer here in the UK. We will see that, because I think they're almost finished, if they're not already, you know, wrapped up their production. So we'll have to see. I mean, Mirzapur season 3 came out in October 2020, so I mean that's late summer here, I suppose. But I think Mirzapur will be the one that we get to see beforehand. And yeah, The Family Man as well. Now this one is a bit more disappointing. This is coming in from the Hindustan Times, and it says here in their article, while an official date of release is yet to be announced, in a recent interview with Bajpayee, revealed that the shooting for the 3rd season can begin near the end of the year 2023. I don't like that. As such, the show will only be available to watch somewhere around the middle of 2024, so that's a long time away. But it could be breathing space. It could be, we did get Farzi, you know, which is connected in some fashion to the Family Man universe. And perhaps maybe that's why it's been pushed back. I hope that's not true, but you know, the more I think about it, it's probably realistically true. And yeah, and Panchayat, I think we're going to get that probably the end of the year. I think that will be the last one to come out. I know they're all different production companies, but in terms of release on Amazon Prime Video, all 3 are on Prime, so I think in terms of that, I think we'll just have to wait and see. But we're very much looking forward to it, you know. I'm just going to get into the live chat at the moment and just see where we are. A lot of chatting there, guys. Azure, yeah. As I said, we will get round to that, guys. Quota Factory is the one that was voted the most, so we will be doing that. Horror films. This is from Nitin. If you want a horror film next time, please go for 13B. Namaste to you, my friends. Namaste. Yeah, Quota Factory, only 5 episodes on YouTube. Yeah, well, we have actually got it on, it's on Netflix here. And we know that it's 5 episodes on the first season and 5 episodes on the second season. So it won't take long for us to cover that. And it's certainly, something that's it's again different to what we've been doing, and yeah, Class on Netflix isn't such a good series. Yeah, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see and how we view that. It's something that, because it is on Netflix, we see it promoted quite a bit here in the UK, so it's going to be one of those ones that might hit with us. And I know that a lot of people do like it. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people don't like it because it is a remake. And yeah, I mean, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Shintanu Palit official, thank you for that. Mohit Yadav, hi Mohit. Scam 1992 IMDb rating is 9.5. We've actually watched Scam 1992, the Harshad Mehta story. We covered that, I think it was it was 3 years ago now. We covered that, and we didn't do it as a watch along because we weren't doing watch alongs at that moment. We were doing watching them and reviewing per episode. So it's available on our channel. It is available as it's under its own playlist, so you can check that out. Or I might drop the link into the chat after we're done. But it's certainly there, Mohit. So it's there. Drishyam, yeah, I think we've reacted to the trailer of Drishyam, Mahir. Again, one on our list. We'll just have to work our way down this ever-growing list, but it's great stuff. Hostel Days, not sure what that is, Maz, not sure at all what that is. Maybe you can give us a brief description of what Hostel Days is. Quota Factory is for kids. Well, it's students, isn't it? It's students, so it's all about getting into the IIT. Can't remember what it's called. It's a sort of Indian equivalent of MIT, isn't it, for engineers or something like that? So yeah, I mean, listen, we're open-minded to try all different things. So, and the fact that it is only 10 episodes, it won't take us long to react to. Mythical Souls says Zoho is a great series. You could try that. Yeah, I will put that to the list. Thanks very much for that. Azure, yeah, we're going to get to that as well. Drishyam, suspense thriller. Yeah, it's a movie, isn't it? As I recall, I think there's a second part as well, isn't there? If I'm not mistaken. So we'll see how it goes. Priya K says, "Hey, please watch Drobigat." I'm not sure what that is. Priya, maybe you could give us a brief description of what that's about in the chat, because I know that myself will be reading these after the show's done anyway, and also John will be able to look on playback and gather his thoughts on your suggestions as well. So really appreciate that. Mohat says Scam 1992, one of the best series. It was phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal. And because us coming from the West, we weren't really sure of this story at all, which is, I think it's very surprising that this wasn't a worldwide sort of, news coverage for this kind of scandal. But yeah, I mean, it was fantastic. We both loved it, and it was one of the ones that we regret not doing as a watch along, because it was so drama driven and excellent acting, great story as well. And because we weren't familiar with the case, we weren't familiar with the sort of events that were obviously this is based on, it was quite suspenseful for us as well, and sad. It's very sad at the end, but a great watch. Perhaps maybe in a few years' time, when it's sort of not fresh in our memory, we can do a reaction to that again. Priya says Do Bigat. I'm not sure what that is, but yeah, we'll add it to the list, certainly. Azure and Special Ops. Special Ops was the other one I was trying to think of at the start of this stream when I was talking about Azure, because I know that that one's came up as well, and that's another one. It's been on a previous poll, so certainly we'll give that a shot as well. I'm just going to take a drink of water just now. It's very dry here. We're just getting into early summer here, hopefully. Very nice day outside, but yeah, let's see. Azure on Voot. I'm not sure what Voot is. I'm not sure if we get that here, but I'll look that out. Satyam, we'll certainly check that out and see. We'll see how it goes. But certainly it's on, again, it will be on our list anyway, Azure. And I know that John, that could be actually that could be the platform that John is talking about. Maybe that's the one he is talking about. It'd be good if he was here to comment to say that that's where he could access it from. But I don't think it's streamed. I think it's the platform that's to download, but I'm not sure. I could be talking rubbish. Anurag says, I'd say Special Ops or Azure is the best bet. Cota Factory is overhyped and more targeted towards teens. Yeah, well, I'm looking at our demographics, and we get that on YouTube anyway. It shows our areas of where our audience are from. We do have a large percentage of teenagers that do come in and watch the show, so it could appeal to them. And I get that it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, and unfortunately we can only do one web series, per sort of session, if you like. We have to try and cater to our audience as best we can. We get that, and the poll has been up for 5 days, and 38% of you guys did vote for Cota Factory, so that's probably why. Special Ops is a must watch. Again, it's on our list. Yatharth, definitely going to check that out as well. I think just in terms of anything that's action, crime, drama just now, we're not sitting off it or anything like that. We do want to check it out, we do want to watch it, we do want to experience it, but I think we're just trying these different things just now, with some light comedy, drama, some teen, if you like, drama in Cota Factory, and we'll see how it goes. But it's not to say that we're not going to go back and do some crime dramas again. A lot of Special Ops in there, guys. Yeah, we'll have to put this back into a poll again, I think. Gulak, yeah, again, I think it was 18%, was it? I can't remember. 9%, sorry. Pictures was 18%. Yeah, so we'll just have to see on that one. Nah, bro, it's a family type film, or the Pratham's directing that at the Blurry Cloud. Fair dues. Yeah, Prakash Swain says TVF's Gulak is another show you should watch. It's a story of a middle working class family living in an urban town. Yeah, definitely. I think that's certainly something that appeals to us at this moment. And I know a lot of people have said it's very similar to Panchayat in terms of tone. Obviously it's middle working class, but definitely it's on our list. React to all parts of Annabelle. Not sure what that is. Mate. Do you guys speak Scots, or is this more of a northern thing? It's Scottish. Yeah, we're from Scotland, and we've had a lot of sort of flack over the last couple of weeks, I think, from new subscribers coming in, or people just checking out the video that perhaps didn't subscribe because of our accents. And I know that particularly John is getting a hard time of it because he presents and closes off our reaction shows, whereas I host the live chats and the live shows predominantly. So because most of the views are going to our reactions, John is sort of at the forefront, which means he's going to cop it more than myself. I'm kind of just taking a back seat when it comes to the reactions and just sort of pitching in when I can. And I think some people have said that he needs to change his accent. I think that's very harsh, to be fair. At the end of the day, this is the way we speak. This is actually, in terms of accent, this is the way we speak, but the way we speak is a lot quicker than this. So it's very hard for us to, change our accents. We're not going to do that. We're Scottish, so we're not going to change our accents. That's just ridiculous. or not John Barrowman's. He is Scottish. He's actually from 2 miles from where I live, and he speaks with an American accent that he has to put on so people can understand him. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Just become a farce. So we are trying to slow our dialogue down a little bit, because we get that not everyone will be able to understand everything we're saying, but we are Scottish, we can't do anything about that, and we wouldn't want to be honest with you. But as I said, it's very few and far between these comments come in. Predominantly the community are fantastic, very supportive as well, and we really appreciate it. Anna Rugg says, I know you speak English with a Scottish accent, which is great, but is it not Scots a different language entirely? Scotland has a second language that's predominantly in the Highlands, which is north of where we are. We're in the sort of middle of Scotland here in Glasgow, but up north they have a dialect that's called Gaelic, which is an old language. You get Irish Gaelic, Welsh. It's mostly predominantly the Celtic countries that have a second language that's only spoken in certain areas of that country, but we are predominantly English speaking, and we always have been. We were never Gaelic speakers down here in Glasgow at any point. We've always spoke English, so yeah. Tanvi says, Pictures would have been a better decision. It has everything, fun, drama, hard decisions. Well, what we'll do, Tanvi, is when it comes to the next poll, we'll look at each poll and see what was close to winning the poll previously, and then we put those into a poll themselves, and from there we let you guys decide on that poll, and we just filter it down till we run out of web series, if you like, but that's just the way it goes. Hi Tanmi, how you doing? Hello. Anna Rugg says, and you should try not to change it either. Your accents are great. Thank you very much for that, Anna Rugg. It's always appreciated to get support and not so much reassurance. We don't need that here. We're not worried about what people think or anything like that. It's just one of those things that we want everyone that comes in here to get some kind of positive experience, and some people don't get that because of the way we speak. And it's very unfortunate, but we can't do anything about that. Pup says, also consider TVF's Triplings if you all haven't seen it already. Okay, yeah, no problem. Triplings will be on the list as well. There seems to be a lot of stuff coming from you guys from TVF, and that's very interesting, because up to, I think, perhaps maybe about a month ago, we hadn't heard of this studio or production team, whatever they are, and what we've seen so far we really like, and I think it's in the writing. I think that's what it is. I think what we like about the production companies and the writers is that the characters are well rounded, they're identifiable as well. We can relate to the characters no matter where they're from in the world. Everyone can relate to these characters that are written, certainly in Panchayat. You can certainly do that. Tanvi says, we love your accent. Thank you very much. Others can watch Jabby. Yeah, you watch Jabby as well. Everyone watches Jabby. All three of his channels, they're fantastic, and he's got a good team behind him as well. And yeah, we wish him all the best. Hardik says, Yuri movie is also a great choice. Again, it'll be on the list. Hardik, thanks very much for that. Nafi says, react to Pictures please, it has 2 seasons. Yeah, we've got that on the list as well, Nafi, and certainly if it's got 2 seasons, we certainly want to catch up, just in case there's any more seasons coming up. We want to obviously be on the ball, as they say. Indrajit says, Ashur is one of the OG series of India. Yeah, some people have said that in the community previously, so it keeps coming up on our polls, and I think Azure was in with Family Man at one point, so I think that's probably why we've not watched it yet. It's just been put up against other great web series. Still people are waiting for its part 2. Okay, yeah, well we'll have to get that done then. If there's talk about a part 2, then we'll have to certainly get in there before that drops, so we're ready for it. Jackie says, watch Nefarious. Yeah, again, Jackie, we will put that in our list. Thanks very much for that. Othian Rex says, I saw your reactions on Panchayat season 1 and 2. How's it for you? I loved it. Amazing. Really, really good. After we filming, after we stop the recordings, we sit and we talk about what we've just watched. We do a kind of little review just after what we've done, but John and I will just sit and we'll talk for a wee while, a little while, and just talk about all the things that happened and things that we should definitely keep in, because obviously we've got to edit these to sort of circumvent the copyright. So we've got to make sure, and we talk when we're watching it as well, and those bits will be cut out where I'll say to John, particularly if there's a lengthy dialogue scene, I'll say, good luck editing that, because you don't want to take too much of that out, because that was a fantastic scene. So we talk about it quite a bit, and we put a lot of thought into obviously the edit, so we're not missing too much. We did in the early days, and we've learnt from that certain things that we missed or we didn't think was as important. So we talk about it a little bit more, and hopefully, you know, it gets across a lot better as well. Pratham says, recently started watching your Panchayat reaction and I loved it while eating my lunch because it gives family type vibes. Yeah, there's something about reactions and watch alongs that we like as well, and it's good to see that, you know, we can do that over streaming platforms now where we can all just sort of sit and watch things together. It's like a family, like you said, you know, and I think the technology is only going to get better, where hopefully maybe in the future YouTube can invite all you guys in and we can all watch together, you know. That would be phenomenal, and it would be quite a communal sort of experience for us all. But yeah, Rahul says, do Pathan reactions. Certainly will. Yeah, got that on the list as well. And Jackie says, nefarious, best acting in 20 years. Yeah, can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it, Jackie. Thanks very much for that. Pawan says, pictures, that's on the list as well. Thank you very much. Again, Azure from Nilanju, thank you for that. Mustafa says, we need Azure. We will get Azure, I promise you. TV pictures, once again, both seasons, excellent. 2 seasons, that's what we like. Harthis says, watch now. Suri Yavan Sham. Now, if I've butchered that, I apologise. The Ultimate Classic. I think that's came up a few times. I'm pretty sure John can rhyme that off. He's a lot better at pronouncing things than myself. But certainly we'll have that on our list. Shruti says, any series is fine. We love watching with you. Thank you very much for that, Shruti. Always appreciate positive vibes from you guys. Keep them coming. We'll certainly be doing more watch-alongs. And yeah, we obviously want to grow the community. As I said, we're up to almost 20,000 subscribers now, and it's been a I don't want to say it's a hard slog. It's been an enjoyable slog, if that makes sense. But it's just phenomenal the way the channel has blew up over the last month or so, thanks to you guys recommending these great web series. Previously, John and I would do trailer reactions for movies, which was always great, and maybe follow up just watching them and doing a review. But we feel the watch-alongs are a bit more honest, if you like, and a bit more vulnerable. You know, when you're watching that, you can actually see us laugh, not so much cry, but we do tear up at times when it's something that's quite emotional. But I think it's just a great sort of way to communicate, and you guys coming in for the sort of live premieres is always great as well. John and I will capture it. My brother Kevin, who does a lot of the administration as well, will be in the live chat as well. So yeah, I've only got another couple of minutes, guys, because I do have to get back to work. I'm on my lunch break, so I'll read these very quickly before we sign off. But pictures is getting a lot of love from you guys, as I can see. High range, permanent roommates. Yep. Mustafa says Tumbad movie is the next level. Watch it also. We've watched that actually. We did a review on that with our good friend Ruth a couple of years ago. We were doing quite a few horror films at the time. I think it was around about October for Halloween, and Tumbad was one of them. That's the one that stayed with us actually. It was a fantastic film. Neil Anjou says, your accent is difficult for me to understand. Apologise, I can't do anything about it, I'm afraid. This is actually me speaking as slowly as possible And yeah, I mean, I think you guys will be conditioned the more you watch us, but at the same time, we've got to play our part as well and try to sort of slow our dialogue down a little bit and just come off a little bit clearer for you guys. So it's teamwork, you know. But pictures will get blocked. Consider this, Rahul. Okay, not sure why, but we'll certainly give it a try. Now, if you cut down versions, TVF don't block it nowadays. That's from the unknown. Okay, well, okay. See, it's Pawan says that as well. TVF don't block these days. That's interesting. So we can actually do full versions. Is that right? That's interesting. Because that would make it a lot better if they are allowed full versions. Now there is a risk, of course, if we do that. Certainly here in the UK, because our copyright laws are quite strict. Certainly with international content, and you could get a strike. So is it worth it? I suppose they would give us a sort of pre-warning if we were doing anything wrong. But if TVF were okay with it, then I don't see any reason why we couldn't do it. Ofan Rex says, nice to see you here. Thank you for your responses. It means a lot. Well, it means a lot to us guys. It means a lot to us guys here at MBE that you guys come in and chat to us, you know. As I said, I come on these live chats and I don't expect to, you know, have too many people in or anything like that, but you know, it's just fantastic. We really appreciate it, you know, and it's certainly this time of day is ideal for myself on my lunch break, and for you guys, obviously, you know, coming in at this time because it's a good time for you guys as well. Ranger says, English is not your first language, right? English is my first language. It's our Scottish accent. We're from Scotland. That's where we are born and bred. So, yeah. But anyway, guys, just to let you know, next reaction, the people have spoken. And coming Monday, we are going to be doing Kota Factory. We're going to be doing Kota Factory from Monday. Now this will take us right through to Friday next week, because it'll be 5 episodes. And it will roughly be about Indian Standard Time, around about 5 o'clock, 5:30. That will be about 12:30 here in the UK. So we'll just try to find that sweet spot for everyone, so everyone can join in and watch it. And as we're doing that, we will be looking at our lists and everything that you guys have suggested as well. And you know, thanks very much again. Now I'm going to reach over because I'm going to press this little button to sign off. So I'd just like to thank you once again for joining us here on our YouTube channel, and hopefully we'll see you on Monday for our watch alongs for Kota Factory. Thank you very much.